G'day everybody and welcome to the House of Mario, the South Australian Nintendo podcast that is backed by a 120 Power Star rating. I'm your host Drew Agnew and the doors to episode 293 are open. Today on the show we're going to be talking about some Nintendo things, I dare say. Goodness gracious, I don't know what though. And talk all about that is my good friend Josh, or JT if you like. Josh, how you going my friend?
Very well, Drew. Always a pleasure being on Monday night recording with you. There's a few Nintendo things we can talk about, I can think of. A little bit going on.
A little bit.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm just, it's that time of year, my head's down. When I'm not at work, I'm looking for my pillow. That's kind of where I am at the moment. Just the first couple of days of shearing and getting my fitness back for that. And, don't know, I'm pretty tired. Usually when, like, night time, especially with like the kids, is when I do my gaming, but the last week or so, man, it's just been, don't know, straight to bed, maybe a bit of YouTube, and that's it. It's kind of a little bit sad. It's kind of why I hate this time of year. Well, I don't hate it, but it's always one of those times of year where it's the grind. I'm looking towards Christmas. That's where it's like, that's the goal to
Just
reach.
get to it.
Yeah, it's a bit of a grind this time of year. So
I can't imagine it because I'm in my office job, typing away, work for 45 minutes. Oh, I need to get up and have a little break, make a coffee. Or I'm working from home today. Oh, like I got the washing's done, so I'll put that on the line. All that kind of stuff where you're just a big sweating, puffy, hot man in the sun, getting them sheep shorn, earning your buck. You know, honestly working. Putting sweat on your brow, making it done, providing for your family, putting food on the table.
that's
Good
right.
days, honest hard work, you know?
Yes, it was
Completely
very
different.
honest and very hard work. Absolutely, absolutely. A bit of a win today. I set up my fan, and that made things easier. That's for
Hell
sure.
yeah.
You know, just a bit of cool air like that.
Yep.
And there was even a bit during today where my I guess it got disconnected from the power, and I didn't notice, but my fan stopped. And I was like, I'm sweating like shit. I'm like, I don't know why has it become so much harder? And I'm like, oh, my fan's off. So, you know, it's the small things like that, Josh. You know, the small wins. But yeah, so I haven't been playing much, man. I sort of I'm glad that I hit my 50 game challenge like a month or so ago. But I did know that say November and December was going to be a bit of a not very productive when it comes to gaming. So
Yeah, you knew that.
yeah, I knew that. So I'm glad I got that in because, yeah, man, I'm looking at my Switch, I'm looking at my Steam Deck, PlayStation, all that. I'm like, I just don't have the energy for it. I'm sure there's a lot of hardworking people out there who sort of get that with video games as well. Just like, just takes a little bit too much effort. That's where like a lot of people like just chucking on something on Netflix or even playing like around a Fortnite or something familiar and calling it a session. But yeah, don't know. I don't want to sound too tired and boring. But
No,
it is what it is.
that's all right. Keeping it honest. You know?
Yeah.
It's, will it end right before Christmas or like a week before Christmas? When does when does shearing season end?
Yeah, pretty much like a couple of days before Christmas type of thing.
Yeah.
Depends when Christmas falls, I guess. If it's during the week or a weekend, not quite
Okay.
sure. But
Yeah.
yeah,
It's a Wednesday this year.
It's a Wednesday. Oh, there you go. Yeah, usually when it comes to Christmas, that's just when I've got like my fitness and my body's used to it, so it's not as bad. But when you're only doing it for like 2 months, like 8 weeks, you know, that's about as long as it takes for your body to get used to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll get through it. I'll get there. Got to fill up the bank account to keep the kids alive. Do the thing.
You have to. You legally have to. You have an obligation now, Drew. Yes.
Yeah, but I'm looking forward to this weekend, Josh. A bit of a buck show for you. Pretty excited.
Really? Is there?
Yeah.
For real?
Yeah. You did know, didn't you?
I do know. Yeah. I know the list of people going. I know the dates. I know it's in the city, and that's literally it.
Nice. Yeah, so I'll see you in person this week, which I'm looking forward to.
Well, what are we doing? Can you tell me?
I can tell you, but I won't.
Everyone's been so good. I've tried to get stuff out of people, jokingly, and everyone's been good. Keeping their lips sealed.
Because I haven't met your mates yet, like
No.
the whole group of people. So if I was the one just to blabber the news, I don't want to put the wrong foot forward straight away.
Yes.
Being the bastard that spoils the whole thing that they've gone to hard work to organise.
Yep. Don't worry. I'll introduce you to some friends of mine that I think you'll get along with, and you'll be fine.
Yeah, I'm sure I'll get along with them.
Yeah.
If you like them, Josh, I'll like them as well.
Yep.
You know.
Yep. And tell them how we know each other. Be honest and all that, and it's all good.
Okay, yeah, that's I never thought of that. Yeah. So how do you be like? How do you know Josh? I'm like, oh well, we met through like podcasting. And they go, that's stupid. I didn't know Josh did a podcast, and they
Not all of them will. But that's fine. I don't care. They're invited because they're close friends of mine. So
yeah. How many of them know that you're into podcasting and all that?
Probably half of them, I'd say.
Half of them, yep. Just like the more like gaming orientated friends, or
Yeah, gaming and the closer group of people. Yeah, some of these people like family cousins haven't seen in a little while. So
yeah,
it's all right.
Nice. Yep. I'll be able to tell them all about it. Well, Josh does a podcast called Nintendvania, and then I kidnapped him, and I brought him to be the second co-host on the House of Mario, which is a podcast I've been doing for a few years as well.
Told him to get his shoes off, get the feet out, because I'm going to exploit that and get some views from it. So
it's like, well, actually, he's been a boom for my YouTube channel. Actually, his feet have been very good for my YouTube channel.
What's it at now? It's over 5,000 views, the video.
Yeah, it's crazy. I guess a bit of an update for anybody who wants to follow Josh's foot saga. Our PAX episode where we were on the bed and Josh had his socks off. I had my socks on. I didn't want to end up on a foot website, but Josh did end up on a foot website, and because of that, our PAX episode over at YouTube has gotten over 5,000 views, and I've been getting a fair few subscribers from that, and a bunch of comments like just praising Josh's feet, like, oh, very nice feet, and all of this type of thing. It's very funny, and I actually made a video just, like a typical subscriber special type of thing for 300 subscribers over at the YouTube channel, and I just called it "Thank You Foot People," and just to thank my new friends over at YouTube. It's a ridiculous situation, but I'm glad you're bringing
crazy.
Bringing some joy to people's lives. Yeah,
it's I very much enjoyed your 8-minute video, just explaining it, thanking everyone, and admitting that you are riding the coattails of my feet at the moment, and I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. I'm just letting you know. It's take it for all it's worth, and I'm not going to think too much about what people do when they see my feet or anything like that, and
just
that
smile.
is up to them. But I put it on the internet for free, and that's just how it goes. And just also say I have my own podcast, guys. I've seen a little bit of secondary feeding into mine, but not as much as you.
Good.
So just to reiterate, I have my own. It's in the corner here in the bottom left of your screen. You can see the handle there. Search for that, and you'll see my stuff as well.
Yes.
If you like Nintendo as well.
just think about the person that has like, oh my god, this guy has such good feet. They just instantly under the videos hit the subscribe button for my channel. Been like, oh wait a minute, this guy has his own thing too. It's like they actually do the reresearch and they they listen to the show, listen to the plug. Oh, fantastic! Click on the link, subscribe to your channel as well. It's like maybe, just maybe, he'll be recording on his like. The set that you do in person when you record with Michaela or somebody. It's like maybe the feet will be in the shot for one of those episodes.
We did an episode earlier this year in January, and it's called January Classics, I called it. That's got my feet in it all over the place, guys. So if you're listening to this, it was from about 10 months ago, January Classics. It's got 82 views on YouTube, which is not great, but, share that in your foot. What was it, Wikifoot? Is that someone responded to you, didn't they?
Yeah, I asked. I don't think I got a response. I'm like, I'm really curious where.
You did, okay.
I'm like, can you point us towards like where you come from? Because I would love to say it. It'd be kind of funny, but Yeah, a little bit concerning as well. But
Yep.
yeah, when people look at your feet, Josh, they just smile and they move on with their day. That's all that happens. Don't have to feel too weird or
No.
anything
No.
like that.
I hope that's all. Yep.
Yep. Yeah,
I'm pretty good about it.
Sure it is.
I'm pretty good about it.
So apart from a bit of an ego boost because of your foot pics on the internet, how's the rest of your week gone?
Yes, not too bad, thank you. We've had a pretty busy weekend. So we had lots of social stuff going on. Had like a Hero Quest D&D game Friday night after work. Always a really good time. They're just long games, and so it finished. We got home a bit after 1 o'clock at night, and then after working 5 days, and feeling pretty tired by the end of it. So we're pretty wrecked for all of Saturday. Recorded my new episode in Tenbania, so that's all up online now for those wanting to know. Had Dan Parr, who's really cool New York YouTube content creator in the States, and had a really good chat to him about Mario and Luigi Brothership. Check that out. And then we had a 30th birthday party on the weekend, and it was for one of Michaela's best friends, and the theme was M, the letter M after her first name. So you had to dress up as something from that. And so I did the good old Mario, Drew. I represented the House of Mario in a way by dressing up as the big old M dude, and went down pretty well, I reckon.
You represented the House of Mario. So whenever I see anybody like dressed like they got like a Mario backpack, I'm like, oh, you like my podcast?
That's how it works.
Yeah. Who was Michaela? I couldn't put my finger on who she was.
She was a Mormon.
Okay. Yeah.
So you see them in the city, Drew, and they got the short sleeve shirts, pants, and a tie, and you can just spot them from a mile away. So yes, so the Book of Mormon, pretty famous religion that started in America, and there's a famous musical called The Book of Mormon as well. Is it The Book of Mormon? Yeah. And so yeah, they're very recognizable.
There you go. Did you go and knock on any doors while she was wearing the correct getup?
They thought about it. They did a bit of videos and TikToks and things like that. So
okay, yeah.
But no, very good time. Enjoyed it.
Yeah, no, that sounds great. Yeah, absolutely.
And Sunday we didn't do much. We were pretty wrecked after that.
Yeah, no, I get that.
Yeah.
Yeah, just on the weekend, we've got swimming lessons for Lucas each Saturday. So went down and did that, and they had like the Christmas carnival down there as well. So Chantel went to that with Layla, which was pretty good.
Yep.
But yeah, I picked up actually gaming wise, picked up a Dragon Quest 3.
Very
remake.
good.
Still in the shrink wrap. Got the receipt on it.
Still.
Yeah, no, that was my weekend. You know, we got home from that outing and it just onto the desk, like, not installed or anything. Just yeah. So I've got it for a rainy day. Maybe next June when it's winter again, I can play it then.
It'd probably be on sale by the time you waited and eventually played it, wouldn't you?
Yeah, probably.
You're paying high prices and you might not need to.
No, I've been pretty bad at that this year. It's just been picking up it. I do want to play it soon. Like when I say June, I don't literally mean June. I mean like this week or next week or whatever. But like I said, just sort of feeling it at the moment, getting through the grind. So don't know if I will get to it, but I've been meaning to get to the Call of Duty campaign, but it's a little bit too twitchy for tired through at night. I think I need to. I actually really like playing. Last game I played was like Life is Strange Double Exposure, and I really enjoyed that because I was just like moving around a bit and clicking a few buttons, but you're mainly watching it. So I think I might play another one because I've missed a couple of Life is Strange games. The idea was to play something in between, but it hasn't happened. So I might go back and play Life is Strange 2
Yeah,
'Cause
nice.
I never played that one.
Yep.
So I might just play that maybe over the week, treat it like a TV show and
Just watch
get
and
through
view.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
So might do that, but
That's good. Yeah. Knowing how you're feeling and how you want to interact with stuff, and that you got your tally you want to get through. So I think that's when you're feeling a bit tired and run down like you are at the moment with the shearing, yeah, definitely tailor your games towards it for sure.
yeah, or just play some Vampire Survivors or something. Just
Yeah. Have you done it with the DLC for Castlevania?
no, I haven't. I'm sort of just. I thought I'll just chip through like just the base game, go through the stages.
Yep.
So I might do that.
Fair.
But I definitely want the Castlevania DLC. That's probably the one I do want out of all like the expansion packs and things.
$5-6, so it's pretty cheap.
Have you been playing it still?
I played it once the other day, I think, and that's it. But I've been very busy with Brothership and Pokemon trading card game Pocket still. So that's been my games at the moment. I'm warming up more and more so with Brothership.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
What's changed since last week?
I think last week I was still very early into it, but I've just played a bit more, and it's just they're adding more things to it. The complexity is getting there a bit more. So that's good. So at first I was a little worried, like 2 hours in, like, is this going to be pretty basic RPG stuff? And for an RPG overall, it still is, but it's still, it's growing on me and come to enjoy it a lot more. So that's good. I did say on the show, I'm more of a Paper Mario RPG guy. We had Dan on the show, and he loves Mario and Luigi, and he just everything about it he thinks is like the preferred option in terms of gameplay style compared to Paper Mario. And then I'm like, I'm the complete opposite. I really enjoy the wit and humor of Paper Mario and how the fighting works in that compared to this. But that doesn't mean that the Mario and Luigi stuff's worse or better. It's just that's my preference. So that's they're distinct enough, I feel, to be sort of having their own series still and still very similar at the same time, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I've always preferred the Mario and Luigi combat, but
yep,
we'll see whenever I get to it. Whether it's this year or
one day,
who knows? Yeah. But I'm looking forward. I think my OLED screen for my Switch Lite should have shipped,
cool.
At least soon anyway. So I'm looking forward to redoing my Switch Lite and make it an OLED screen. That's going to be pretty cool.
That'd be great.
So that'll be fun. I'll probably go and play Zelda and Mario and Luigi on that, which should be good fun.
Yeah. Nice. I haven't had as much access to the TV, and so trying to play it handheld, I wasn't enjoying that. So I just docked it to my PC, my Switch, and I just do the Elgato HDMI connection, play it on my PC, and that is so much better for me. I don't know, I'm just in my gaming chair right here. It's comfy. Just the controller's there in my hand. It's light compared to the actual Switch itself, and it was good. It was, yep. So I might do more of that.
I sort of, over the last, probably this year, I've sort of really changed my preference of like handheld or docked or just on the TV. Like I really prefer just playing on the TV now, and I've always been a handheld person. But
so you completely changed. Yeah,
sort of like instead of like sitting on the couch with like the Switch or Steam Deck or whatever have you, I kind of just prefer just to roll up the TV or sit at my desk and play it on the TV. I don't know.
Yeah. It's just I don't know. Just so much. My hands don't hurt as much. Bigger screen, looks better, performs better. I don't know. Just for me, it just ticks everything.
Yeah.
So,
well, thank God the Switch is portable, eh?
So we can just do both.
We can just dock it and.
Yeah. The other thing that's happened since last episode is I got my Alamo Drew.
Oh, okay. Wow. Whoa.
Yep.
So how is it, Josh? How is the Alamo? Is it the best thing since sliced bread, or?
Well, it's been a wake up call for me, Drew, because
Jesus, it's a
the
good one,
button,
though.
Tish. Where's the button? No, that'll do.
There it is. Yeah.
No, that'll do. There it is. No, I got very excited when it arrived Tuesday last week, and we opened it up. It's smaller than I thought, but then it shouldn't have been. It makes sense. It's that size. Anyway, it's. I love the box. First thing I'll say is
the box.
no, because the Australian one, there's no warning thing at the bottom. Have you seen the US ones? And it just takes up like a whole bunch at the bottom here, and it's just like all warnings. Ours is beautiful.
Oh, that's a nice clean box compared to the American one for sure.
It's so good. So if someone can post this to the Alamo loving people in Reddit, just like the foot loving people, I'm holding an exposed lovely Alamo box right here for those watching on video. So yeah, it's very cool. It sort of guides you through the whole situation of, like what type of where's the alarm clock going to be? What are you going to do? Do you want sleepy sounds in the lead up to bed? So, you can play a bit of like relaxing Pikmin music or Zelda, like, that music by the bonfire when it's like crackling and you're just sitting there and, excuse me, just taking it all in, taking a step back. And it's very cool for that. So, obviously you tailor it with the game that you want, the sounds that you want, and the whole HUD and decal sort of updates from that. And it's quite interactive. And obviously connect it to the internet, which is a little tedious to do because there's no buttons on it. So you got to like enter it one letter at a time, and then to change the letters, you got to turn the dial at the top, and it goes from lowercase letters to uppercase letters to symbols and numbers, and it's just like you could be turning a while if it's a really good like connected encrypted password. So that was a little tedious, but outside of that, it's done because it's connected now, and don't have to do that again, hopefully. Yeah, be all up to date and ready for when Mario Kart and Animal Crossing arrive. But yeah, we've just been, the first night was just like making sure we had our own mobile alarms on at the same time. And we were a bit silly. We should have separated them a few minutes apart because it got to 7 o'clock or 6:30, whatever it was. And all the alarms went off at the same time. So we didn't quite hear Alarmo specifically because we didn't trust it. It was like, when you buy a new alarm clock, you're like, I hope it works. I'm just going to put my phone alarm on just in case. We did that, but next day we realized to stagger it, and it worked, and we trust it now. But yeah, it's cool. Little fun way to wake up in the morning.
So how does it work in your personal setup? Because leading up to launch, we were sort of thinking like it's not really made for couples because it's got a camera that's sensing the bed, and if somebody gets up and all of that type of thing. So yeah, how does that work in like your personal setup? How are you utilizing it in your morning routine?
It's pretty good. So I've made sure not to move when it happens, and Michaela gets up, and it knows it works.
So yeah, she's getting up, and you're just like
Unless
stay
she's
the hell
pressing the
still.
button at the top. I think she presses the button at the top a lot now, because if you leave it and come back to the bed, it starts again, I believe.
Okay.
So I think that's what we've been doing actually. So we just stop it. We just push the button at the top.
So how do you feel like feels like your money's well spent? $160?
Oh yeah, Drew.
Does it feel like it's built well, nice screen, all of that type of thing, or?
Yeah, it's very small and sturdy. I still wish it's a circle face and it's got a rectangular screen, and so the top bit here is blank and the bottom bit here is blank. So that's I wish they went the extra mile to get a whole circular screen and could have added more to it, and would have made it look even better. I understand why they don't have an AC adapter, but that just still annoys me these days. Just not including it. I mean, like for $10, I went to Amazon and just got some extra ones, so it's fine. But it's just like, just include it.
Yeah,
that's cool. We're just tinkering around with it every day. It's still novel. See how we go later on. But yeah, Michaela might even get her phones out of the way.
What's been your favourite game theme
We've done Zelda and Pikmin so far. So every hour we have it set throughout the day that it will play noises of the game you've selected, and I forget it's there, and so like I'll get surprised at like 7 o'clock tonight, and it's just I hear a whole bunch of Pikmin getting plucked in, like doop, 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 and it's pretty cool. So I think the Pikmin one so far.
Yeah. So in some ways, I can see that being actually kind of cool, just like randomly playing sounds. Just in some ways, like if you're just around your house and you just hear it every now and again, like it's kind of a little bit delightful in some ways. It's like, oh,
I think so.
the Alarmo making some sounds, like
Yeah.
all of that, instead of like purely just being an alarm clock. Like, all right, time to wake up to your favorite Nintendo sounds, and it makes you hate them because you associate it with waking up.
Yeah.
But yeah, I can see like the picking of the Pikmin just randomly throughout the day or at night time when maybe a bit of a cue to start winding down or however it works.
Yeah.
It'd be pretty cool.
Yes, and so that's been cool. I've been enjoyed it a lot for that reason. So, I hope they add more games. I hope they if there's more features they can do via software, that'd be great to see as well. That's just a cool little gimmick thing in my house at the moment, in our house.
Nice. I'll be curious to see how long it lasts before I see if you go back to just chucking your mobile phone on the nightstand again.
Yep. If they had some good games, if they had some really niche Nintendo stuff, I'd be very, very happy.
Okay, so yeah, what would get you excited to be on your Alarmo?
They did like F-Zero and Metroid and some really like loud stuff, just to like, it's not soothing, but it's abruptly like racing cars or just like a countdown sequence at the end of Metroid. Just something really loud and just to get you, like, jolt you into action straight away. I think that'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, I want like Samus charging up a shot at you, and
you're
like, oh, you're quickly getting dressed, like, oh, don't shoot me, like he gets getting ready quickly to try and beat the Alarmo from
Mother Brain, something like that.
Yeah.
Yep. The Emmy chasing after you, that tense music. I don't know. I think they could have some fun.
Mm. Yeah, so we'll see if I get jealous of you, Josh. That's the next thing. I'm a big Nintendo fan. I love buying stuff. But just the alarm clock was just like the idea of an alarm clock. I'm like, nah, I don't know if I need it. Don't know if I want it. Over $100. I'm like, well, probably. I'm pretty safe, I think, from wanting it. But we'll see.
We will see.
We will see.
Yep.
Yeah. I've been playing a fair bit of a Pokemon TCG Pocket.
Nice.
Just just your dailies. I'm quite enjoying it actually. Just opening my packs, and I got some decent stuff. I was on such a long dry spell, Josh. It was insane.
In what way? Like getting
just
good stuff.
Yeah, just not pulling any EXs or full art cards. I'm like, oh, let's give me something. Like, come on, like give me some dopamine. I'm getting left out here the bloody dry. But it hasn't been too bad. I still haven't done really many of the battles because like I said last week, when I play it, I just open a pack or do a wonder pick and put it away. So I'm not really sat there playing it. But I'd like to do a little bit more because I see like a lot of people on my friends list. So like you included, like your levels are like getting a fair bit higher than mine. You're level 18. I'm level 12. So I dare say that's from just like you're doing the battles and getting the rewards and opening more packs and just all of that type of thing. So
yes,
probably should get on it. But
yes, I've been on the premium pass the last week, and then doing all the battles. Did the Lapras event. Managed to finally get the Lapras event card yesterday on the second to last day. Ended today. Because I did all the things. I was getting the promo cards, and I just couldn't pull a Lapras. I got so many promo A cards, and I was pulling the Clefairy, the Mankey, and the Pikachu, and I just couldn't pull the Lapras. All the Butterfree. But luckily, like yesterday, we've got both of them just in time. So, yeah, pretty funny how it works. But yeah, no, it's just I know, it's just always I'm just going back to it all the time. I'm just filling out the decks. I've got like 190 unique cards across the standard genetic Apex and the promos now, and it's over 200 now across both. So I'm getting close-ish.
Yeah, nice. How many do I have? Got 163 unique cards. That's how much I've got. So still got a few gaps there. Fill them in.
I don't have any immersive cards yet.
No, I don't either. How many? I think is there only 3? Is there one for each of the main Pokemon for the packs, like Pikachu, Mewtwo, and Charizard? I think that's what it is.
Maybe that might be the case. Let me quickly Google it.
Because I would like one of those. Because when I saw like the example, like a few months ago when they showed them, oh my god, I thought it was going to be like a few more cards, not just like 3. I was sort of thinking like it was all the full art cards. I'm like, holy shit, that's pretty cool. But
you're right. It's 4. It's 4 with
4.
Mew. Yep. So Mewtwo, Charizard, and Pikachu.
Yeah. Cool. Very nice.
Yep.
I've been wanting to play Pokemon recently. Just one of those. Just wanted a bit of comfort gaming, if you know what I mean. Just something very familiar. But I was thinking like, what Pokemon game do I want to play? I'm like, I don't know. Probably go back and finish the DLC for Scarlet Violet. Probably is the best option.
Okay.
Get that out of the way.
Is there like a sequel game like Black and White 2 or Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon, one of those you've never played before that you could go back to? Or
yeah, the only mainline Pokemon game I have not played through is Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon.
Yep.
Yeah, because that was literally like the year afterwards, and I didn't really like Sun and Moon that much anyway.
Yep.
So I'm like, well, I'll buy them, but I don't want to.
Never played it.
Don't want to play it right now. So yeah, I might go back. Might go back to one of them too, but
yep.
Yeah, don't know.
Well, like, what about Black or White version 2? Have you played them like once and then like haven't touched them in years, or?
Yeah, it's been years. Yeah, I've only played Black 2, White 2 once. Like that's probably a decent one to go back to. That's a really good game.
I never touched that one, so never touched version 2. So yeah, I was going to play one.
Yeah, it's really interesting. Like reading that, like the developers talk about those games. Like they basically made those games for long-time Pokemon fans in mind.
Yep.
Whereas I think that's what made it so noticeable. Like X and Y afterwards, it was very much like this is for everyone.
Yep.
It's like, well, obviously that's a good thing, but yeah, it's just what made Black 2, White 2 so special. It was like they had like a verse every gym leader and every Elite Four member, every champion in like this tournament mode, which is really cool.
Oh, wow.
There's
really
heaps of post game. There was such a variety of different Pokemon that you could use, because the main complaint for Black and White was that none of your old favorites were in the game.
Yes, until very much later, wasn't it?
Yeah, and that wasn't a complaint of mine, but I think, especially in hindsight, I reckon that's a good thing. Like, it made it feel so different.
Yeah, it does.
That you had like 156 completely new Pokemon. You never saw Pikachu, you never saw Pidgeotto or whoever, just all of your common Pokemon that I think after that complaint that people, whinged about it, every single Pokemon game is like, oh, look, you found a wild Pikachu in the wild. It's like, why is Pikachu in all of these regions now? Like it
everywhere. It's like it's a mouse.
Yeah, and Charizard gets like featured in Sword and Shield, and so it's got like a prominent spot. It's like, come on, he's got
always Eevee and evolutions. Yep.
Yeah. So it's like, yeah, a little bit. I wish they went back to that, but it's just like a major risk they took, and it's kind of surprising what they did it for the second generation on DS. But they took such a big risk, like with the completely new art style and moving sprites and brand new Pokemon, and I miss. That was a kind of peak Game Freak at in some ways with Black and White. I feel like they were really sort of flexing um their art department and just the amount of content in the game and yeah. So that'll be a good one to go back to.
Yeah, do it, man. Be a good time.
There's a lot of Pokemon games I'd like to go back and play. If you had to go and play a Pokemon game right now, Josh, because I got put a gun to your head and like play something, mate. What would you play?
I think it would be Black or White too, one of them, because I've never touched them, and just be keen to sort of experience just how different it is, because it sounds so different, and it was just completely off my radar at the time. I never looked at it because I never touched the sequels really. Didn't touch Platinum. I had played Yellow first, so I didn't need to play Red and Blue. I felt at the time. Never touched Crystal because like I played Silver, so it was just like it's not that different. So
yeah, especially as a kid, like it's a lot of money to go and buy it again too.
Yeah, then you're like, oh, what's different? And it's like, oh, not much. I'm like, oh, yeah. So never really varied it. So, yeah. So I think I played White, so I'd play Black version 2 probably, just to do something really different.
Do you own a copy?
No, I got White version, but not Black or White version 2.
Yeah,
do I dare to see how much they are on eBay? God, it'd be like $200.
Yeah, I was going to say, like, all the Pokemon games are so expensive now. I'm so happy that I have them. Because I remember Black and White too. I remember I got them secondhand from EB Games. I can't remember if I got... Yeah, okay, now I remember what I did. I had Pokemon White, and then I got Pokemon Black 2. So then I went and got the opposite version secondhand from EB Games for like $35 afterwards. And they were in great condition and all of that. So it didn't matter that they were secondhand. But in hindsight, I'm like, thank God I went and got them. Because they are like over $100 now, I think. I remember...
Yeah.
I think I saw a chart.
$200, maybe a bit under.
Under $200, is that what you said?
Some of them are bit over 200 for buy it now, and then the bids for them, there's ones at 180, but they'll go up with like a day to go.
Yeah. Yeah, so not cheap.
No. Yeah, it always annoyed me that they called it version 2, not like grey or something, or charcoal, or black, white, grey. Pokemon Grey.
Yeah, they're just going for something different, I guess. Because Platinum and Emerald, they're enhanced versions. They got new features. They got new this. They got new that. But this was, I guess, a different step where it was very much like this is a sequel. This isn't just Black and White with some interesting post game and some improvements and all of this. Like this is like a full on, just brand new game. It takes in like afterwards in the storyline. Gym leaders and characters you meet in the first game, you see how they've progressed like 3 years on.
Yep.
It was really cool. I think it was a good step for Pokemon to go on, and where we are now with like just introducing DLC, like it's fantastic. I really like it. They just need to build the games better in the first place. But yeah, it's cool. I think even today, I think it's 2 years to the day. Or almost the day, or whatever have you.
Would be, yes.
To when Scarlet and Violet came out.
Yeah. Yep, 18th of November. I'm pretty sure that was the day, wasn't it?
I think it was, yeah. Which is just crazy to think of. It's like 2 years. Like, I know it has been 2 years because it's pretty easy to work out, just a bit of math, and it doesn't feel like it came out last year.
It was 18th of November. Yep, 2 years. Wow.
Yeah, 2 years to the day.
Crazy.
Yeah.
We'll get one next year, Drew.
Yeah,
the 3 year cycle continues.
Yeah, we'll get ZA next year. If they do
or mainline, another mainline.
If they double up next year, I'm going to be pretty grumpy.
I don't think they will. I think this is the time they don't. I think they finally decide to make it 4 years.
I mean, they've got it. Just Game Freak, they had a great cadence but it was like with sprite-based games for like handheld devices. And now that it's like fully 3D and they're going open world and that they cannot continue what they're doing, like
No.
just with how they want to run their team on like a little bit more, just a bit more lean. Doing fully 3D games that's just sell millions of copies. It's it's, they got to change some things.
That's right.
Yeah, but Scarlet and Violet, Josh. I guess we can talk about the 2-year anniversary as we've just sort of stumbled upon through our conversation. What are some of your memories from the game? Because I guess it's, what you think of like the story and your time just in the wilderness catching Pokemon, all of that first open world experience. Because I know for me, like when I was playing it, I quite enjoyed it. I really did enjoy my time with it, and I've still got like moments where I remember, for example, like I'm climbing up a hill and I'm just mesmerized by the shadows just disappearing and flickering and stuff. I'm like, oh my God, like it took me out of it like straight away. But I love the world of Pokemon so much where I was like, oh, well, I'm still going to play it. I'm still going to have fun and just like running around and like, oh, like what's that Pokemon? You're sort of squinting and looking at it in the distance. You run up to it, you engage in battle, and I had no idea what the Pokedex was going to be or what the new forms of the Pokemon were. Like Wiglet, for example. I was like, what the hell is this? And what it evolves into. And that was a lot of the fun for me, was just discovering things. I feel like Scarlet and Violet did a fantastic job of just giving you a world that's fun to explore and Pokemon that are fun to discover. And there was even some parts of the game too where I'll fill my party up with brand new Pokemon and then I'll go and grind them up just to evolve them. It's like, and when they're evolving, I'm like, oh my God, what's going to change into? And that was a lot of fun to experience
Yes,
a Pokemon game like that.
Yeah. You
'Cause,
completely hid yourself from it, didn't you?
Yeah, with Sun and Moon, it leaked, and I looked at it all. Like I looked at the whole Pokedex, and I knew what was in it and all of that. And I got my 5 minutes of like, oh look, that was interesting and fun. But then the game, I'm like, well, I kind of know the Pokemon in some ways.
I couldn't help myself. I looked straight away as well. So I might have to consider your way for next time.
Yeah, I'm glad that I didn't look at it. I didn't look at it with a Sword and Shield either. I held off then as well, and I enjoyed the game a lot more because of it. But I think Game Freak creatively did a great job with their first open world, and great new Pokemon and all that. And I'd like to get to the DLC maybe soon. Actually, yeah, talking about it more and more, I'm like, yeah, maybe it's time. It's funny because all I've wanted from Pokemon was just a hard mode or a challenge or just something that's a little bit harder, something you've got to think about and do competitive battling in the game. And the first time I don't make a competitive team, I'm just going through just with like the crap that I find and I just level it up and whatever. That's when they decide to do a DLC where it's like, all right, this is a competitive battling expansion, whereas like it's all double battles and the opponents are pretty tricky, and that's when I decide to not do a team.
Funny how it works.
That's what this DLC is. So I'm like, I wonder how hard it is. Like I wonder if I can just brute force through it. That's what I'm interested to find out, or if it's actually pretty tricky.
Yeah, I think this sounds like a perfect game for you to get into now if you're wanting to play some Pokemon and also get into it. It's crazy how it's 2 years. I think people had the issues with Sword and Shield because it was open area, which was cool, but I think people wanted, we were excited to see the whole open world aspect being applied. So this got announced, and I think there was some excitement for it, but then also at the same time, you're looking at a Chimecho moving at 7 frames per second, and people would be like, okay, it's just the demo version. It's just it's still in development. It's going to change. It's going to look better. And it just keeps coming up, and we keep seeing these trailers and things, and it just doesn't look better. And it's that concern was there, so I do vividly remember that. And then um, like a whole bunch of emotions when this game comes out, because myself included, like playing it, like I'm having a really good time. Like I'm enjoying the fact that it's open world and I can go over here from there, and I can connect everywhere and all of that. But then at the same time, like looking at it, like this is an absolute pile of steaming crap. Looking at it, it's absolutely
Yeah.
janky and buggy, and I'm falling through invisible mountains and floors, and stuff's not looking good, and it's wrong, and I'm like, this game isn't finished. This looks like they've actually just done basically what they need to, an MVP, minimum viable product, just to get it out there for this deadline they announced 9 months ago and never change, because they never delay a Pokemon game when it's announced, for sure. So yeah, just that's that whole saga of just they actually released this and it looks like this, and we're all thinking, oh, is it going to get patched? Is it going to look better? Then an update comes out, and I remember, I think Game Explain did a video saying the performance is better now, and then we worked out later it's not. No, they just fix one or two things. Performance is not better from this. It still looks the same. It's still running the same way, and they never fixed it. They never fixed anything in that game, and 2 years on, they're laughing because it's 25 million units sold, just behind Sword and Shield. It's going to overtake them eventually, I believe, and it's one of the best-selling Pokemon games ever. So, the thing that for me, if it was a short and sweet affair, because it was like I loved my time with it. I played it for like 2 months. I reckon I got to January 2023, and then I caught like one or two of the weather legendaries or whatever it was. And that was it. I've had no sort of inclination to go back to it since. The DLC didn't interest me from the looks of it. I played about 90 hours of Shield or Sword, so I played a decent amount of time outside of finishing the campaign. Whereas this one I did about 45 hours, I reckon. So half the time. Just haven't touched it since. But I think I enjoyed my playthrough of Scarlet and Violet more than Sword and Shield overall, even though I played less of it. I don't know. It's just one of those weird scenarios, and so like I'm excited to see what they do next, but also at the same time like dreading and thinking it's probably just gonna be more of the same, just slightly different, because that's how they operate and work and what they can get away with.
Yeah. I'm very curious to see like whether they have any. It just comes down to like the team themselves, like. Game Freak, they don't have any overlords. Like Nintendo isn't their overlord, or the Pokemon Company isn't their overlord. Game Freak have the same stake in the Pokemon Company Nintendo have, pretty much.
For sure.
They both have a third, so
I don't think Nintendo's happy with it. You look at the quality they output, and then this. Surely Nintendo's telling them, hey, this is
yeah. I would say so. They put out an apology, like
that's right, they did.
From Nintendo, like saying that it's not up to sorry, it's not up to standard, pretty much. And everybody was saying like, oh look, they're gonna fix it. And even since like the game come out, I'm like, look, Game Freak, they're not gonna touch it. They're not gonna fix it. It's not gonna improve
DLC
at all.
All hands on deck for the next thing.
Yeah, because there's so many games that come out, like say like an Assassin's Creed game comes out and it's just broken. Like Ubisoft, they'll fix it, and they're doing the same with Star Wars Outlaws. Like they're bringing the game to Steam, and there's a massive update, and they're completely redoing stealth and combat and a bunch of stuff in it just to try and fix the game to improve the sales type of thing. But yeah, Game Freak just they don't have to, which is as a massive Pokemon fan, it's just frustrating. But
yes,
it's a very conflicting game. Not Sword and Shield, but Scarlet and Violet.
Yes, I agree.
Where it is like, it's fun. Like it's fun running around.
Fun. Genuinely fun game.
I feel like Game Freak creatively, they did a great job, and the DLC, like the first one I played, it was good, and the second one's been pretty highly rated as well, and it seems like just they've done a good job on that front. But yeah, like you said, just absolutely the minimum just quality when it comes to like just the technical aspect is just what it needs to be to work, get it out there. But yeah, it's definitely going to go down in history as one of the most controversial Pokemon games. Just in the fact, just like Jesus, Game Freak, it just really feels like they're taking the land of us. And I don't know how many more of them I'm going to be up for, just as far as my enthusiasm goes. Because like if they do it again, I'm like I can't. There's so many other RPGs to play, and I couldn't recommend it to anybody. It was like, oh look, I like Pokemon. Like I haven't played it in a while. Should I jump into this one? I really can't. I couldn't recommend it. I'm like, dude, like they're sort of taking everybody for a bit of a land, and it's a little bit sad on that front. But
it is. And, I think they'll partially appease from their learnings and appease to us. But, it won't be what we hope and expect. Some awkward middle ground is what usually happens.
Yeah. But, we'll see what they got coming out next year. Game Freak. Hopefully you've been
Legends
been
EA,
cooking.
very much looking forward to that. Because that was, for all the flaws in that game, that was still very fun as well. That was, very good time. So, 2022 was pretty good for Pokemon.
Yeah.
Forgiving them outside of the major things they did wrong, but still fun.
Yeah, no, it certainly was. So, yeah. Scarlet Violet.
Yeah.
And I still think, I definitely still prefer Sword and Shield. Sword and Shield, I reckon they're one of my favourite Pokemon games. I really like Sword and Shield. I could be a bit of a Sword and Shield defender, I feel like. Everybody likes to poo-poo on it pretty quickly, but I'm like, that was a good,
good time.
Pokemon game. And
that's good.
The DLC was really good. Did you ever play the DLC?
I did. I did play it. Not fully. I played a lot of the first part. Was it the Crown Tundra? And then I haven't played the second one, but that's all the legendaries you got to catch, isn't it? And the temple, whatever. So I need to, the first part was okay. I didn't enjoy it that much, but should have. The second part would have been better, from the sounds of it.
Yeah, I quite enjoyed both of them, but maybe that was just my bullshit plan. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Yeah. So yeah, cool.
Yeah,
all
nice.
right. Well, we're coming up to 50 minutes, Josh. Anything else you'd like to talk about before we close up?
What do you think of the DK Donkey Kong Country Direct?
I got to be honest. I saw that it was live. I'm like, well, this is live now. Cool. And it was Miyamoto basically saying goodbye, and I haven't watched it. And So since you're going there next year, hopefully, well, you will, I guess, because it'll be open in December.
That's right. We talked about it last week that it was upcoming. I think we knew by then, didn't we? Can't remember now.
Yeah, we knew that it was going to be the following morning.
Yeah.
Yeah. So how do you feel about what was shown? I saw some animatronics.
Yes. It looks cool. Looks really polished, and I'm pretty excited to go around and explore it because they've got the whole DK's house up above there. Little nods to the games of the past, and then finding the letters. Kong, you got to go around the area to find them. Carries on the interaction of the bands, things you have around your wrist in Super Nintendo World. There, you enter that to get through to this area. And there's some cool, like you said, animatronics of Squawk and Cranky Kong, and it looks really good. So, no doubt there's been a lot of money spent. Little people in the DK outfit you can get photos with. It's quite a good outfit actually as well. So hopefully there's some other characters, a bit of Funky on, and look for Funky Kong and get some pictures of that dopey mofo. And then the merch as well. So looks like there's lots of things to do. Look out for the Pikmin. I want that banana fritter dessert thing and that avocado hot dog. That sounds like a pretty good time to me. I'll try that out. But yeah, I don't know if I mentioned this on the show before, but I'm a bit of an adrenaline junkie when it comes to roller coasters. So like the more violent and faster, the better for me. So slightly disappointed to hear that it's a family friendly minecart ride because it could have been really, crazy. But I completely understand why, and it's a family area, and I'm not going to get that in this area. I'll get that at other places in Universal Studios, so I don't need to worry about that. But I'm still very much looking forward to going the minecart ride and experiencing a classic, aspect of Donkey Kong platforming, going on the minecart and traveling around.
I'll be very jealous. I won't be jealous of your Alamo, but I'll be pretty jealous of you going here. I reckon it'll be a lot of fun. But yeah, there should be a roller coaster just like in Donkey Kong Country Returns with like the levels where you're Donkey Kong on a rocket and you just got to like press the A button to go up and you've got to like sort of feather it a little bit.
That'd be
but
great.
I could just imagine like a really violent roller coaster, and it's like do 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 do, and you just like getting like smacked left and right.
Yep. Oh yeah, be down for that. Totally down for that. Definitely.
Yeah.
That bit of Donkey Konga as well. There was a bongo session. You got to time that as well.
Oh,
so
that's cool.
They're incorporating, the various aspects of DK, what he does, and not just the platforming, but the rhythm stuff as well.
Not just that, also the man. Who is Donkey Kong? He's a banana loving.
Okay. Donkey Kong. Okay. So good. Again, mentioned on Intervania, just an absolute shame. They put so much love and care into this character, and there's no new games for him on Switch for them to plug or do anything for. So absolutely shortchanged, and that needs to be updated and to be changed as soon as possible, please.
Yeah, well, you're getting Donkey Kong Country Returns next year, so don't complain, Josh. Go and play that old Wii game and be happy with it, goddammit.
Yeah, sounds like I'll have to be. But that gives me hope that hopefully there's a new one coming soon. There has to be. 2D or 3D, I'll take either. I don't care.
You reckon there has to be?
There's a whole new area, Drew. Like, what's like? I know your theory is in line with the Mario 3D platformer, and that would make a lot of sense. But I think a standalone makes a lot more sense as well.
Yeah, I just wonder who's making it though.
Yeah, that's the only thing.
They'd have to move it on from Retro Studios. I just wonder who they would trust with Donkey Kong. Like Miyamoto's got to like trust him a fair bit.
Yep, they need to trust more.
Who would you give Donkey Kong to make a Donkey Kong Country game?
So tough. Like, I really would love Retro to do it, but I prefer them to focus on Metroid Prime ongoing as a series and make another trilogy of those games. Thank you. Oh, what could they do? Oh, could you outsource it to like an Ubisoft or something? I don't know. Montpellier.
That was actually my thought would be like...
Just because it is so well with Legends, and I think they could do it.
Ubisoft, Montpellier, just... the Rayman... Rayman Legends.
Rayman Legends,
like one of my
did
favorite.
Such a good job. Yeah.
Well, Rayman Legends probably is my favorite 2D platformer of all time.
I can understand. I've played enough of it to see how good it is. So
if they could make a pretty awesome Donkey Kong, if they're still around. I know that studio went through some shit after the Lost Crown didn't sell. So yeah.
Have they closed it? They closed it, didn't they? No.
I think they said that they did close it, but then I don't know. I can't remember. But I think they're making a remake of like the first Rayman. I think that was the news afterwards. Which is, as a Rayman fan, I don't know if I want a remake of the first Rayman game, like on PlayStation 1. Don't know if I need that. I don't know if that's a good use of time. Just make a new one.
Yeah. Apparently they've been disbanded. Has reportedly been disbanded.
Yeah, so bring them back and make a Donkey Kong game. But apart from that, yeah, there's no other like AAA studio that I could like think of a game that they've made and be like, oh, perfect fit for Donkey Kong. Good question for the audience. If anybody has any good ideas, who would make a good Donkey Kong Country game? I guess within Nintendo, but mainly outside of Nintendo. Let us know.
Yes, would like to know. Yes, and Ubisoft Montpellier, Nintendo should buy them out and give them Donkey Kong
Yeah.
and Yoshi. I don't know. Good feel. Ones are making Yoshi, weren't they? Crafted World.
Yep.
Don't know if I want them to
No,
make a Donkey Kong game.
I haven't liked their past like 3 games. Like
Yeah, they did Princess Peach Showtime as well, didn't they?
yeah. I think I love the vibe they made with Woolly World and Crafted World,
Yeah,
but they're pretty mid games.
yeah, they're not
They're
not
pretty
up there for
mid.
me.
Yeah,
Woolly
find
World
them
was alright.
all right, as in mid.
Just
Yeah,
Shake It.
I
They did
agree.
WarioWare Shake It, so they've done a lot of platformers. Yeah, all they do is platformers. Yep, pretty much. But hey, Mercury's team, they definitely leveled up into, they've done the Lords of Shadows Castlevanias, and they've done Samus Returns on 3DS, and they did Metroid Dread, and they got better and better, in my opinion. So
They're not Donkey Kong worthy though. They're not Donkey Kong worthy
mm,
unless Miyamoto's seen something that I haven't from him. But yeah, no.
yes, unless you get your best people in and take it over from the inside and create the thing you want. I don't know.
Yeah. Like I said last week, I think we'll just get a more Donkey Kong representation in this brand new open world Mario game.
It deserves more, Drew. It deserves its own standout game.
I agree. I finally finished Donkey Kong Country Returns like at the start of this year. It's the first time I finished it when I played the 3D version on 3DS, and yeah, I absolutely loved it.
Yep.
I like Tropical Freeze more. I think Tropical Freeze is
So good. I love that game so
a
much.
better sequel, but
I love that game so much.
yeah. I prefer the new retro games compared to like the original trilogy too.
As in, like, Tropical Freeze and Returns over
Yeah.
Metroid Trilogy, Prime Trilogy.
Yeah, I feel like they feel a lot better to play, and yeah, I quite prefer them.
I think, you prefer platformers as well over the style of a Metroidvania anyway, as well.
I'm just talking about like the original Donkey Kong countries compared to the newer ones.
Okay. Yep. I'm with you. Yeah, they're so great to control, definitely. Yep.
100%.
Yeah.
All right, Josh. Well, we might end it there, mate. How do you feel about that?
That sounds good. No worries.
Yeah.
Short
Well,
and sweet.
Josh, thank you very much for your time tonight. Really appreciate it. And everybody out there as well, thank you very much for listening to the House of Mario episode 293. If you want to go and check out Josh's podcast, you can go and search Nintenvania in any of your podcast apps or on YouTube. You go to youtube.com/Nintenvania. You can look at Josh's feet. What episode were your feet out?
It was earlier this year. It would have been 62 or something, but it's like January Classics, and it talks about Prince of Persia, The Lost Crown, and Another Code Recollection. So
Brilliant.
you'll find it. It's got under 100 views at the moment, but it's got feet for those people who like that. I can't believe I'm doing that.
It is interesting because like
Yeah.
why was the more recent video of mine like on my channel
Mine just
picked
didn't go
up and
viral.
there's multiple videos you
Mine
could
didn't
have
get the tinea.
yeah. So you go and check out Josh's feet and yeah, go and check out my foot videos talking about people who like feet on my YouTube channel as well.
Yeah.
It is.
It was sold out. We're just trying to.
I was telling Bryce about it yesterday actually.
Yes.
And it was he just cracked up laughing. He loved it.
Yeah.
But he
so
brought up another sort of thought from earlier in this show's life, where for some reason we're getting just a bunch of comments from people from Denmark about, hey, look, we're from Denmark, really enjoy the show. It was like an influx of people, and even on like our
Really?
stats for like Apple Podcasts and things, Denmark just like rose to like top 5 countries that listen to
Okay.
us. And it was an interesting thing. So like for like
What's
a
going
few
on there?
weeks there, we were like, oh look, we were just talking about like the Denmark people and that were listening to the show, and it's sort of happening again, but with foot fetish people now.
You don't
So-
know why the Danish tuned in?
Well, we had a listener, and they were from Denmark. They left a review, and we read it on the show. And then I don't know if that review just catapulted it like up the charts and
Yeah,
people
okay.
found it or something. But I got
Something
no
like that.
idea. But
Yep.
we're getting comments and iTunes reviews and stuff from the people of Denmark, which is pretty cool. But yeah, that's something Bryce reminded me of when I brought up all the foot stuff. But yeah. Anyway, guys,
So good.
catch you later. Time to get out. The doors are closed.
Bye, everyone.
Catch you later.